Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures with Clive. We are in the Grym Forge still, and right next to the actual forge, the adamantine forge. And we really have a couple of more things we have to do in this part of the Underdark. And so let's get to it. There is a mold right here, but we have to fight for this mold. We're running low on spells with Shadowheart. Let's get started with Karlach here. Actually, you know what? Let's stealth everybody.
Like a vandal.
So we can move everybody up closer. A little bit of prep goes a long way in this game. If you prep beforehand, you can usually be successful, especially in hard difficulties. We're in battle now with this one. There's two up here. This is a ranged one. I think there's a caster as well. This is a... Alright, so this fight is fairly easy. It's nothing to this. We just have to wipe out these guys. And yeah, it's really pretty simple. These are just armor pieces. We probably want to refrain from knocking these guys off. Yeah, that's a pretty straightforward fight. Let's grab this mold. And let's go up here. Let's loot all the bodies. Everybody together. I need to resummon Scratch. Scratch kind of took one for the team. We are probably getting low on spells, I think. Yeah, I might go do that. I'll just go do a long rest and then we'll come back so that we're ready to go. Alright, we got our long rest, and now we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is go down here. There's some bodies here. But over here is like this Mithril vein. Really just need one person, probably Karlach. We want to give her a pickaxe. So let's just get her, have her jump over here. Then jump over here. You don't want to go in the lava. And we could probably just equip this pickaxe. And then should be able to break this. And if we go over here, we can see that the Mithril Reward popped up, so now we can just grab that. And there we go. And let's get back over here. There's one more we can grab too. There's two total, so should be able to grab both of those. Let's go back up here and head down to the forge area. The other one is probably going to require a fight. So what we need to have so far is there should be 3. There's the one right there. We should have 3 weapons molds. So we should have a scimitar, a mace, and a shield. Or longsword. So mace, longsword. The scimitar one is back at the second handles. So the controls. So where we had to use the mage hand. That's where the scimitar one is. We can get that one. If you want to use a scimitar. Scimitar is actually really good. It's the only finesse weapon you can get, so it's got a dexterity weapon you can use. The mace mold and longsword molds are also fairly good. These all give you the ability to auto crit when using your weapons, so if you want to build around that, you can. There's also going to be 2 molds for armors, and there's going to be a shield mold. So 6 in total. And let's go get this other one here. It's going to require some fighting. So we'll have to definitely be careful, because there's actually a lot of fighting here. Split everybody up, and here. Alright, so we have to fight these Mephites. As you can see, there's a bunch of them. They aren't that bad. They have 12 hit points. They do fire damage too, which Karlach is probably the best one to tank this. The only thing you have to worry about is that they will spawn another wave of these, so you're going to have 2 waves to deal with. So try to burn them down as fast as possible. He just bursted on us. Alright, yeah, so let's get out of this fire. And let's just loot everything up. We'll loot everything up in a second. Let's just grab this Mithril while we're over here. That's kind of what we can down here. There's also a bunch of other things we can get while we're down here. And alright. And let's switch back to our weapon. There we go. We can loot all this stuff up. There's a bunch of little bookshelves here. We can actually loot stuff up from there. So let's do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, here is the forge. This is what we've come down here for. And this process isn't too bad. Well, let's get everybody down here. Not sure why they're not coming. Alright, I need to summon Scratch. And, well, okay, so the process really is just, we need to add a mold. And I'm going to make the 2 armor pieces, just because they're actually probably the ones you keep the longest out of all the pieces that you can make. You can make the different weapons and stuff. They have some really good abilities, so it's really kind of up to your group makeup. And we need to put in the Mithril, which should be here. Alright. And now we will be having there will be a fight, so we need to prepare for that fight. And the general makeup of the fight is that we have to fight a giant monster, which comes out from here. So we should get Karlach over here. And I would highly recommend that you turn off opportunity of attacks, or you just have it ask for opportunity of attacks, because you do not want Karlach doing an attack of opportunity on the boss here, because that will probably ruin everything. We're gonna have Cal here, because there will be other mobs that join the fight, and then everyone else can go over here to this lever. And we'll probably just stick we'll just stick Shadowheart over there, because she can manage the lever. So this is kind of the setup that I would recommend. You can do whatever you want, really, as long as you just follow the mechanics of the fight. And we're going to lower this whole platform down to the bottom. Alright, so once we turn this valve, which is the lava valve, it's going to flood this place with lava. And you want to be on these little circles, or at least on these this ring right here. You don't want to be in the middle, because you will burn to death, and that's not going to be very fun. And this will trigger the boss to come out. Alright, we all have a turn at the same time because he's very slow. We can see that he is level 8 and he has 300 HP. Pretty much impossible to kill. I mean, not impossible, but very highly unlikely you'll kill him just by sheer damage. So what I would recommend is follow the mechanics if you can deal damage to him. But when you deal damage to him, you get this threat assessment ability that pops up. And as you can see, there's this little red ring around Karlach now, and it kind of glows every once in a while. That means she now has aggro. So what we want to do is we want to get someone further away with aggro. That's kind of the goal. So I'm going to have Will try to get aggro. Yeah, there we go. So now he's the prime target, and we want him to run into the center, or close to the center as possible. And that's pretty much it as far as like the mechanics, because we want to hit him with the hammer. And he has to have this superheated ability on, and superheated just means that he's vulnerable to bludgeoning damage. So that's his weakness. Alright, so this is pretty much the fight. And everybody else can just sit tight. You can like prepare stuff if you want. And he's going to run into the middle and try to chase the person that last damaged him. Yeah, so he still should have that superheated on him. Okay, you do not want an opportunity attack, or he will turn around and start smashing Karlach. So we want him to get here, which is exactly where he has to be. And now he still has a superheated on him. So really all I have to do now is just fire off this forge lever, and now he takes a ton of damage. And this does summon other mobs. Okay. It takes a little bit of back and forth, but you can just want to get him lined up onto this area here, and it's not that difficult. Just gotta know how the threat mechanics work, and you also have to know how the fire plays into effect with the hammer. So we did get this Grim Skull Helm. It gives the user Hunter's Mark. We also got this plate. Sorry, not plate, but splint armor. And the splint armor will go to Shadowheart. She's the only one that can use this type of armor. She has a bonus with it. And then we're going to make the other one for Karlach. And this armor is so good because attackers can't land critical hits. So it makes them incredibly tanky. And the helmet is good, but only really person that could use it is going to be Shadowheart, because she's the only one that can wear heavy armor. So let's get everybody together.
Never a dull moment.
And we'll make the other one. Oh, we have to eject the mold. Alright, get the split mold. And then we'll just throw in the medium armor one. And these are the only two we can actually make. There's only 2 Mithril ores that I know of, at least for now. I don't know if they're going to make new ones later, or if they're going to reuse this area in a future update. Alright, and we have to get everybody back up here.
What's cooking?
Alright, and now we have a medium armor one. That's for Karlach. Okay, I think we're set. So that's going to be it for down here. We can loot these bodies over here, which I will. But if you want to get back up, you just have to get somebody to press this button right here. Platform control. And everyone goes back up. Assuming they are on the platform, which Karlach's not. If somebody's down there, you can always just teleport as well. You can just teleport to the waypoint that we first got. And then just run back down here. Because the next place we have to go is over here. So let's just loot these bodies up and then we'll get over there to the next part. Alright, the next place we want to go is across here.
Need to find a way forward.
Now, the monster we want to kill is this one right here, this lava elemental. So there are a few things about this fight. Who is not coming? Oh, okay, let's get Shadowheart over here. The monster we want to kill is the one over here. It's level 6 lava elemental.
Waste a step.
It isn't that hard as long as we are able to contain it and prevent it from healing.
On my way.
So everybody can really just sit here and kind of be stealth for a little bit. So the preparation is we want to have whoever the fastest is, we want to have them run over here.
Saddle up.
You definitely want to avoid these red areas because they will burn you. And so it takes a little bit of time to get over there, but you can usually make it to over here and then shoot him as he comes around. Let's get unlucky with this, this lava explosions. I wonder if I can hit him from over here. I'd be able to hit him from over here. Oh, I can. Nice. Okay, let's get everybody else away. Oh, I don't think he actually aggroed me. Okay, he's coming. We can keep him from jumping up here on top of us. So you want to get as far away as possible. And we can use Bone Chill. And Bone Chill prevents the target from healing. So if he hits the lava, he will heal up. So, okay, so what we want to do now is just make sure he doesn't heal up, and then we should be fine. Alright, that's pretty much it for that fight. Not too difficult, as long as you just keep him from healing, or you can burst him down in one turn like we just did. And there's not a ton of things over here. I'm going to use Carlex though because she has longer reach. But there are some things that we can get. There's a chest over here. Actually, you're going to need my main character to be fair, because he's going to have the ability to remove the traps. Oof. Just be careful with the lava. Okay, so we need to go up here, and there's this chest here. We need to lockpick. Difficulty of 20. And there is this amulet. And this amulet is a amulet for monks, and it also has a quest tied to it.
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
We have pretty good wisdom, so we should be able to do that.
The laugh urge fades. A quiet power spreads from hand to head, then down to your feet.
Thou hast done well. For what is a laugh if not one step toward madness? Thou art the one! Return me, take me home, and thou shalt grow with blessings.
Return you where? To whom?
To my granddaughter, Shira Clarwin. Serves Ilmata, she does. She waits in Worm's Crossing. Take me there, and thou shalt bathe in her golden gifts. Oh, thou shalt be blessed indeed.
I will take you to your granddaughter at Worm's Crossing.
I shall walk with thee. I shall grant you my power.
We can do an investigation check. We might be able to pass this. Nope.
Lines and arcs are etched into the metal, but you see no pattern in them.
So that's a quest item. We can use it if we were a monk. It probably wouldn't be too bad. But we're not a monk, so we're not going to use it. You do have to fight the urge to laugh every once in a while. Alright, there are a couple of other things you can get over here, mostly just skeletons. There's dead bodies over here you can just go ahead and grab. And that's really it. I think you might get like a halberd or something like that. Nothing that important. So I'll do that and then we'll come back. Alright, and that is pretty much everything we can do down here in the Grym Forge. So we're done with this part of the map. We don't have to come back here for anything at all. Everybody's probably gone already. Yeah, I think everybody's gone. So we don't have to come back up here for anything. So we can go back to the Myconoid colony and turn in the initial quest we came down here for. Alright, let's go and talk to them. We have the head on us. And here's Thella. We talked to Thella first.
No need for me to ask how you fared. Some of my kin have already made it here, safe and sound.
It's past time we were back in the city.
But if you find yourself there, call on us. The Ironed Hand gnomes are good friends to have.
Your leader is still locked up in Moonrise Tower.
I heard about Auburn.
But the cause is bigger than any one of us. You've made sure his work is done, even if he's not there to see it. He'd be grateful.
Alright, so we got some XP for that. And let's go turn in the head.
Peacebringer, be at home.
I've brought you Nir's head.
The drow sought to shatter our circle. Now his flesh may feed its growth. In dealing death, you have brought this circle life, and thus we name you Life Chanter. As our circle grows, so shall your song. Wherever you go, only listen, and you may hear it.
Alright, and we get the Envoy's Amulet. Voice of the Circle. And yeah, that is pretty much this part of the map completed. There are a couple more things we still have to do here, but we'll take care of that a little bit later once we complete the overworld, which we'll get to soon. So that's going to be it for this episode. We did craft our items at the forge, and we did complete everything at the Grym Forge and turned in our quests. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.